Compassion. Compassion isn't something we just do. Compassion really requires whole healing. And whole healing involves the mind, the emotions, and the sensations altogether. So when we speak of compassion and forgiveness and loving kindness, we're really speaking to an advanced level of our self-growth. It's a phase in our work that requires everything of us. So how do we access forgiveness? How do we access compassion? First of all, is through the kindness. And the kindness requires that we be present with whatever the hurt or the wound is that has shown up or repeated itself throughout our life. And we often find there's a theme, but sometimes not. Sometimes there'll be a very particular hurt or wound. So compassion is organic. It's a living intelligence that informs us. And we're not talking about just a mental intelligence. We're talking about the intelligence of creation. So when we feel that wound, we feel the pang of the hurt. And we have to really let that in. We have to let that in close to our heart. We have to meet that. And we have to be a friend, to really be willing to be present with that without judgment. And then surrender. Surrender ourselves to the depth that brings us. So there's going to be a sadness, or maybe an anger, whatever it is concerning that hurt, whatever emotion that brings up, we have to be present with that. And we can't just think it, we have to feel it. And in the feeling of that, we're being asked to surrender even more and to lay ourselves down, all the way down to the ground, to the earth of our body, of our being, completely present, all the way down. And just like when we snap something off of a branch of a plant and the sap oozes forward, that wound, just like that snapping off of our limb, or that penetration of the attack, we have to meet the rawness that's exposed and the truth of that. Be in the full truth of that. Don't turn away. And we have to look at the wound, whatever it's exposing. And it's going to be raw and it's going to be open. But now we've hit the ground, we've come all the way down. And from this horizon, a much larger view opens. And in the depth of the exposure of the wound, a much, much gentler awareness is required. Required for us to land, to come all the way down and in. And in that most inner place, we're touched in such an intimate way with this awareness. It touches places that were most hidden. And at the same time, in this most inner depth, a spaciousness of awareness is required. An objective awareness is also required. So we're both with the wound and a wider, larger view to allow ourselves to see what we hadn't seen through the eyes of the other, from their point of view too, from the eyes of our most inner self, from all that point of view too. And when we can be in heart with all of this, without turning away, without judging, without blaming, completely owning the full territory of this terrain, the soft covering of this paliaku, the Hawaiian word, right, for this gentle caress of the earth, lays its healing balm, and this sap begins to cover over the wound from the inside out. This gentleness of spirit begins to heal, and from the inside out, a full depth of healing occurs. And in this, something so full, so precious, so loving, an upwelling of love, a springing forward, and from our depth, a new capacity of being with life arises. A new capacity that's loving arises. And our heart becomes that healing balm. And it's almost as though life grows from within our bones. And there's a springing, a wellspringing of something so new, so alive. It's as though petals of roses rain from the sky and their blush kisses our skin. It's as though vines grow from our bones. It's as though we compost in the full reality of a much larger awareness that we couldn't have even imagined from our mind alone. And the depth of real forgiveness occurs. It's organic, it's natural, and it's inspiring. Forgiveness is whole healing, mind, body, and soul.